Seneca once said profoundly, "We have not a short time to live, but we waste most of it." Take a moment and think about this. We are on this incredible journey called life, full of endless possibilities, aspiring to live fully, deeply and meaningfully. So what does it mean to live truly well? When you join me today, imagine embarking on a path that not only enlightens but also empowers, transforming your daily experiences into a source of wisdom and insight. We delve into the world of Stoicism, an ancient philosophy founded on resilience, clarity, and the deep peace that comes from understanding the art of living. Today, I'm going to share 7 powerful Stoic strategies that can radically change the way you perceive, interact, and navigate the world. If you're ready to change your approach to life's ups and downs, learn to stay determined in the face of challenges, and discover a source of inner peace and strength, you're in the right place. Before we dive deeper into the transformative wisdom of Stoicism, please hit the subscribe button and join our community of thinkers and seekers. And remember, every part of this video is full of value, so don't skip any part. Stay with us to fully embrace this journey we will take together. Embracing change, a Stoic approach to life's inevitabilities. When was the last time something changed in your life? Maybe it was a small change in your daily routine, or maybe it was something bigger, like a career change or moving to a new city. It was disturbing, wasn't it? Maybe it was scary. But this is where Stoicism comes in and teaches that these moments of discomfort are not just obstacles, they are also opportunities. Opportunities to grow, learn, and become stronger versions of ourselves. Marcus Aurelius, one of the most respected Stoic philosophers, expressed this beautifully. He says, "Consider everything that comes to you as woven into the fabric of your destiny, for what could be more appropriate?" This perspective is powerful. It is to see the fabric of our lives as a mosaic that constantly changes and evolves with each new piece, each change contributing to the beauty of the whole. Now, embracing change isn't about being passive. It's not about letting life drag you along. No, it's about participation. It's about facing changes with courage, openness, and a willingness to adapt and learn. It's about asking ourselves, what can this change teach me? How can it help me grow? And yes, facing change can be daunting, but Stoicism gives us the mindset to not only endure but also thrive. It teaches us to find balance within ourselves, to connect to our values and virtues, so we can face any change with serenity and grace. In fact, growth doesn't happen in the comfort zone. Often, in moments of discomfort, we find the deepest opportunities for personal growth and transformation. So what does Stoicism say about this? The Stoics were masters of turning difficulties into advantages. They believed that facing challenges was a way to not only develop character, but also resilience, wisdom, and inner strength. Think of a muscle. Without resistance, without challenge, one cannot become stronger. The same goes for our character and mind. Now, think about it for a personal moment. Think about a time when you were really uncomfortable. Maybe you were tackling a challenging project at work, coping with a difficult relationship, or facing a fear. It was difficult, wasn't it? Maybe you wanted to give up, go back to your comfort zone. But if you kept going, you probably came out on the other side stronger, wiser, and more capable. This is the essence of embracing discomfort that Stoicism teaches. This is seeing challenging moments as opportunities, not obstacles. Marcus Aurelius, a thinker who was a true reflection of Stoic principles, once said, "What hinders action promotes action. What stands in the way becomes the way." What he means here is that obstacles are not just challenges to overcome, they are also chances to shape our path. It is a chance to practice virtue and grow, the power of embracing discomfort for personal growth. So how do we do this? How do we embrace discomfort when every fiber of our being wants to avoid it? The good news is that it starts with a change of perspective. Instead of seeing discomfort as something to be afraid of, we can see it as a signal. As a sign of personal growth. Stepping into the challenge, leaning into the discomfort, and asking ourselves, what can I learn from this? How can this make me stronger? It's also about preparation and practice. Just as the Stoics practiced negative visualization, mentally preparing themselves by imagining worst-case scenarios, we can practice willingly stepping into small discomforts. This could be like taking a cold shower, speaking in a meeting, or tackling a project we've been avoiding. These acts of voluntary discomfort build our resilience so that when life throws us bigger challenges, we'll be ready. In the context of Stoicism, retreat is not about turning away from the world. Instead, it's about creating a space for yourself, creating a mental sanctuary for yourself to gain clarity, perspective, and mental peace. You see, we live in a constantly buzzing world. Our days are filled with endless tasks, notifications, meetings, and all kinds of things that demand our attention and energy. It's easy to get lost in this whirlwind of activity and lose touch with ourselves, our values, and what's truly important. This is where the practice of Stoic withdrawal comes into play. It's about consciously stepping back, even if just for a moment, to reconnect yourself and look at your life from a new perspective. Now, you may be wondering, how would the Stoics practice this retreat? The good news was that they were big on thought and meditation, taking time every day to examine their thoughts, actions, and reactions. Marcus Aurelius, for example, would take time for self-reflection, writing in his diary that later became his book Meditations. This practice would help him stay in tune with his values and his own in the midst of complex life. So how can we practice this kind of retreat in our modern lives? It may be simpler than you think. It can be as simple as sitting quietly for a few minutes each day, either before the day begins or as the day ends. During this time, you can reflect on your day, your reactions to events, and your alignment with your values. It's about observing your thoughts and feelings without judgment and gaining insights into your behaviors and motivations. Continuous learning, the Stoic quest for wisdom. Stoicism encourages us to view learning in a broader, more integrated way, as a continuous journey that enriches our lives, values our minds, and enables us to understand the world and ourselves more deeply. The Stoics believe that every experience, every interaction, and even every challenge offers us a lesson. Through these lessons we become wiser, more resilient, and more in tune with our true nature. For them, learning was not merely an intellectual exercise, but a vital pursuit that enriched life, deeply intertwined with the practice of virtue and the pursuit of the good life. Now let's bring this idea of continuous learning into our context, our world. How can we adopt this Stoic practice in our daily lives? First of all, it begins with curiosity, a lively, open-ended curiosity, a curiosity that drives us to explore, ask questions, and seek new experiences and perspectives. It's about looking at the world around us with awe and a desire to understand it more deeply. But pursuing continuous learning isn't just about being curious, it is also about being intentional in our pursuit of knowledge and growth. This means taking time to reflect, read, engage in meaningful conversations, and practice new skills. It's about being a student of life at every age and situation. One of the beautiful things about this approach to learning is that it is incredibly empowering. Think about it, when we commit to continuous learning, we are actually saying that we never stop growing, evolving, and expanding our horizons. We recognize that there is always more to discover, understand, and enrich our lives and the lives of others. How can we develop this mindset? How can we keep curiosity and passion for learning alive? We can start by diversifying different sources of information. It's not just about reading books or articles, it also means listening to podcasts, attending talks or workshops, traveling, trying new hobbies, and interacting with people with different perspectives and experiences. We can also adopt the Stoic practice of self-evaluation, regularly reviewing our experiences, reactions, and assumptions. This type of introspection can lead to profound insights and a deeper understanding of the lessons life teaches us. Developing gratitude, a Stoic approach. The Stoics understood that life does not always turn out the way we want it to. There are ups and downs, joys and sorrows, gains and losses. But through it all, by cultivating gratitude, we can focus on abundance rather than lack, lessons rather than disappointments, and opportunities rather than obstacles. It's about appreciating what we have here and now, without taking anything for granted. So how can we cultivate this deep sense of gratitude in our daily lives? This starts with awareness, by being truly aware and aware of the countless blessings around us. It's about waking up every morning and noticing the miracle of life, the air we breathe, the sky above us, our ability to think, feel, love and dream. But cultivating gratitude also involves a shift in perspective. This means recognizing that even our difficulties and struggles can be sources of gratitude, because they teach us, shape us and give us strength. Marcus Aurelius encouraged us to view each day as a precious gift, an opportunity to live according to our values and make positive contributions to the world around us. How can we maintain this attitude of gratitude in the hustle and bustle of daily life? An effective practice is to keep a gratitude journal. This can be as simple as writing down 3 things you are grateful for every day. These things can be big or small, a kind gesture from a stranger, a beautiful sunset or a personal accomplishment. This practice helps us tune into the positive aspects of our lives and develop the habit of appreciation. Another way to develop gratitude is through thought and meditation, taking time to think about the things we often ignore or take for granted. It can also be helpful to express our gratitude to others not only in our thoughts but also through our words and actions. This reinforces our commitment and mutual appreciation for each other. But it's important to remember, cultivating gratitude doesn't mean ignoring the challenges or injustices of the world. Rather, it is about finding the balance between good and bad, focusing on the things that lift us up and nourish our soul. This doesn't mean becoming passive or apathetic. Instead, gratitude provides us with positive energy and resilience, empowering us to face life's challenges with courage and grace. Developing gratitude in daily life. When we truly practice conscious observation, it becomes a profound exercise that deepens our deep connections, increases our appreciation for life, and cultivates our inner peace and wisdom. Now perhaps what you are asking is, what exactly is conscious observation? Well, it's about being fully immersed in the present moment, engaging all of our senses, and truly noticing the details of our surroundings and experiences. It's the opposite of the autopilot mode we often find ourselves in, going through the routines of the day but not really seeing, hearing or feeling the things around us. In the context of Stoicism, conscious observation is a way to practice the core virtues that help us live in harmony with existence and reason. The Stoics thought that by tuning into the present and deeply engaging with our immediate experience, we can gain insights into the nature of life and our place in it. How can we apply this in our daily life? It may actually be more accessible than you think. You can start by carefully observing a leaf as it blows in the wind, noticing its colors, textures and the way it moves. Or you can pay full attention to a person you are talking to, observe their expressions, listen to their words and really be with them. But conscious observation is not just about appreciating the outside world. It also invites us to turn to our inner world, asking us to observe our thoughts, feelings and reactions. This introspection can lead to deep self-awareness and self-understanding, allowing us to respond to life situations with greater clarity, serenity, and wisdom. Here's a little exercise you can try. On your next walk, try to notice 5 things you've never seen before. It could be details of architecture, patterns in the natural environment, or the way light and shadow come together. This practice can stimulate your sense of wonder and curiosity, deepening your connection with the world. Conscious observation also connects to the Stoic practice of contemplating the impermanence of life. By observing the constant changes around us, the cycle of the seasons, the weather and flow of daily life, we are reminded that all things are temporary, including our own experiences and challenges. This can result in a deeper appreciation of the moment, gratitude, and a deeper appreciation of the present moment. So I encourage you to integrate mindful observation into your daily routine. Moments like savoring your morning coffee, listening to some music, or simply noticing your breathing, enrich your life with depth, meaning, and joy. When a world is filled with endless conversation, constant distractions and rapid communication, conscious listening, cultivating connection and awareness. The art of truly listening to others, ourselves, and the world around us can seem like a rare treasure. Active listening is not only a communication skill, but also a way of being fully present and connected to the person or situation in the moment. Listening with our heart and mind, not just our ears, is understanding and connecting with our full attention and intention. In the context of Stoicism, active listening is a way to practice empathy, patience, and respect, a wise and virtuous life essential to living. So, how do we develop this skill, this art of active listening? First, it starts with intention. deciding to be fully present with someone and really hear what they are saying, not planning your next response or letting your mind wander. It's about creating a space where the other person is seen, heard, and valued. When you're doing active listening, you're not just waiting for your turn to talk, you're genuinely interested in the other person's perspective, feelings, and experiences. You listen to understand, not to respond. This includes paying attention not only to what they say, but also to their nonverbal cues, tone of voice, facial expressions, and body language. All these elements help us understand their messages and emotions more deeply. Active listening also includes asking thoughtful questions, reflecting back on what you hear, and showing empathy and understanding. It is a kind of dance between listener and hearer, a process of moving together in a shared space of communication and connection. But active listening isn't just limited to our interactions with others, it also applies to our relationship with ourselves. By listening carefully to our inner thoughts, feelings, and intuition, we can gain valuable self-awareness and insight. This inner listening helps us understand our motivations, identify our core values, and move forward with greater clarity and purpose. Additionally, the practice of active listening can transform our interactions and relationships, cultivating deeper connections, trust, and mutual respect, providing clarity, reducing misunderstandings, and encouraging a true understanding and appreciation of diverse perspectives and experiences. Therefore, I encourage you to adopt the practice of active listening in your daily life, whether talking to a friend, collaborating with a colleague, or interacting with your own inner thoughts. Aim to listen with intention, empathy, and openness. Remember, every person you encounter has a story to tell, a lesson to teach, and a perspective to share. With active listening, you respect their humanity, enrich your own life, and strengthen the fabric of our shared existence. It's not just about getting away from external noise, it's about creating silence within ourselves. Active listening, creating deeper relationships and understanding. A silence that allows our minds to think more clearly, perceive more deeply, and live more intentionally, using silence as a tool to connect us with our inner wisdom and the natural world around us. So how can we seek and accept this nurturing silence in our modern lives? It may seem difficult at first, especially with our countless responsibilities and constant connections. But seeking silence does not require a dramatic change in lifestyle. On the contrary, it's about finding the small but intentional quiet moments in our daily routines. Maybe you can start by meditating for a few minutes each morning, taking a quiet walk in nature, or creating daily rituals that invite silence by turning off electronic devices for a certain period of time each day. These apps allow you to disconnect from the noise and distractions of the outside world and focus on your own thoughts and sensations. But seeking silence is not just about physical silence, it's also about quieting the inner noise. Stoic awareness comes into play, silently observing the ever-flowing stream of thoughts, worries, and mental confusion that occupies our minds. By observing our thoughts without attachment, allowing them to pass without getting caught up in their stories, we can find a sense of inner peace and clarity that resonates even in the midst of a noisy world. What's more, seeking silence can deepen our relationships and improve our communication. When we become comfortable with silence, we listen more carefully, respond more thoughtfully, and participate more meaningfully. We learn to appreciate pauses, unspoken words, and the space between sounds, discovering a new dimension of connection and understanding. The Stoics viewed the pursuit of silence as a way to align with the natural order of the world, cultivate virtue, and prepare the mind for philosophical inquiry and self-examination. Seeking silence today can be a radical act of self-care.